Welcome to Nest Productions. I'm Ryan.
I'm Sean.
We don't have a catchy intro today. Welcome back. I hope everyone enjoyed our surprise video. I told you guys back when we changed our format of uploading and recording that every once in a while I'd throw in an extra little video for you. A little. Oh, you had fun.
It wasn't lying though, man. The camera does have more than 10 pounds.
The fan response is great. Everyone, like, all the comments on the video thus far have been people saying how much they liked the video. I mean, obviously we're back to just audio right now. Can't do video all the time.
That's
right. I personally wouldn't mind it. It's just our recording booth is a tiny little office right now.
Hey,
there's nothing wrong with the office except for that clown teabagging that guy.
There's nothing worse than being teabagged by a clown.
It's not even a joke. Sean has a picture on the wall.
I do. That's if life gets me down.
So we got a couple of things to talk about. I'm gonna extrapolate a little bit on Black Panther, the character, not really the movie, but more give a little bit more background on the character and his creation. Origin, powers, and abilities, stuff like that.
Do it. I do have some movie-related little filler stuff.
Yes. So, all right, Black Panther, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. First aired Fantastic Four issue 52 in 1966.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a really big deal because he was the first, real black superhero. And
black people exist.
He was the first black superhero. And believe it or not, he was actually not named after the Black Panther Party.
That's right.
That's a misconception. But it still affected him a little bit because a lot of the uppity folk were like, "Oh, those Black Panthers are bad news." So they for a little while, not very long, they called him Black Leopard.
Yes. But then again, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Look at the internet today.
Yeah.
Black Panther, and you still see here and there with the... Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What's a great example of that? The Comics Code Authority.
Which no longer exists.
Yeah. All it did was make the writers become more creative.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we can't say vampires anymore, or werewolves.
Zombies.
Yeah. Zombies with an X.
No, it was Umbi.
Zumbi.
They just changed an O to a U.
Yeah.
But it also gave us one of the best Marvel characters ever. You couldn't say Satan, so Mephisto.
Yeah.
Just another name for Satan. Anyway.
So I'm sure, as most of the people that have seen the movie now know, the Black Panther is a title passed down from king to son, from king to prince, as when the king dies. Mm-hmm. But they did leave out a lot of stuff in the movie about T'Challa.
T'Challa is the Black Panther now.
Yeah, T'Challa is the current Black Panther. In the comics, originally it was Claw that killed T'Challa's father, T'Chaka. And after he died, and T'Challa was very, very young when his father died. Like 10, maybe. And so, completely different from the movie, T'Chaka's younger brother took over as being king while they waited for T'Challa to come of age.
A surrogate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So instead of him being a betrayer, he was actually the most loyal subject.
Yeah.
And not like how they do a lot of the other things where it's like, oh, it turns out so the brother was the one that this isn't the Lion King. It wasn't the brother who killed the king.
Scar. No, but it was a good story though. Like how they take liberty. It's like
Oh yeah, definitely. It worked really well. It made for a very good story.
Don't take my word for it. Look at the numbers.
Yeah, over $1 billion.
$1 billion.
It's grossed over $1 billion, and it's only been out for like a month.
Yeah.
Or 2 months, I think.
No, wait. This is March?
Yeah.
No, February.
Yeah, so
February 16th.
Yeah, it's been 2 months. Dang.
No,
a whole month. Yeah, my bad.
Not even a month.
My brain's all blah.
As of this recording, it's the 14th?
Yeah, it's the 14th as of us recording. Anyways, so during this time, Black Panther went to study abroad. England, America, and he went to like tons of colleges. He like sports, all of it, and he took science, mechanical lessons and stuff like that.
He Bruce Wayne'd it minus the League of Shadows.
Basically he like martial arts lessons.
Yeah.
So he spent years and years training before he became king. And funnily enough, his introduction into the Marvel Cinematic Universe was in Captain America: Civil War.
Badass.
And it was great. And he sort of sided with Tony Stark in the movie. Sorta.
Yeah.
But in the comics, when T'Challa and his wife, Storm, they came to America shortly after their wedding, and it was during the Civil War. And the U.S. government was like, all right, Storm, you need to register as a superhuman. And...
Oh, that's right. They were split.
T'Challa,
yeah.
Well, no, they weren't split, is the thing. T'Challa and Storm were like, we're not having that. We're on Cap's side.
Did they both...
I'm fairly certain both of them sided with Cap.
I'm thinking of Reed Richards and Sue Storm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Man. The Fantastic Four thing, that is an interesting part of the whole Civil War story. I read that from the perspective of Spider-Man in the Spider-Man Civil War. And like at the beginning, Spider-Man... that's not what we're here to talk about.
Did I knock you off track?
That's not what we're here to talk about. So to become king, much like in the movie, you had to go through trials, but in the book, he actually fought other tribesmen.
Yeah.
To prove himself as a worthy king. And then after he defeated them, he eats the heart-shaped herb and gains the powers of the Black Panther, which include enhanced strength, endurance, and reflexes. He can see in the dark. He can smell so well he can track human beings and smell fear on them.
Those were the ones, without we didn't do spoilers there, but those I wanted to talk about because they, like you said, they left that out of the movie.
And he gets what's called Black Panther knowledge.
Yes.
Which is the knowledge of all of his ancestors, all their tactical strategies, all of their wisdom, all of that is in his head now.
Downloading before downloading was a thing.
And later on, he actually goes to... he goes on and gets the Black Panther gods, or goddess? I think it's a goddess. Gets the goddess's blessing, and that enhances all of his current abilities.
Yeah, like a boost, like nitro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to top that all off, he has a genius level IQ. He is one of the smartest people. That's why he ends up becoming an Illuminati.
Oh, yeah.
And he is one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe. There's this one YouTuber I watch called, their channel is called Variant Comics, I think is the name. And they ranked all of the best fighters in Marvel. And they ranked Black Panther 7th.
How do you know Variant? Have you fought them? Have you fought him? Do you talk to him?
Over the years, Black Panther has been a on and off Avenger and Illuminati. Very flip-floppy.
He's like, you know what? I can't. I'd love to help you guys out, but I got a country to fucking run.
But then sometimes it's like, sorry, country. There's this dude named Ultron, and he's stirring the pot a bit. He's stirring the pot, and
looking at the bigger picture.
It's not. It's he's stirring the bowl, and we're not drinking the Kool-Aid.
Not even putting a straw in it.
And in the comics, Killmonger isn't actually royalty. He was... So I have a theory about how they changed. So you know that guy that Claw killed his parents, and the guy ends up siding with Killmonger, right?
Oh, one of the 5 tribes.
Yeah.
The leader of the 5 tribes. That was,
yeah. He protects the outskirts.
You talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the dude from Get Out.
I never saw Get Out.
Okay.
But yeah, that guy.
Oh, God, yeah.
Originally, his story, that particular guy's story, is actually Killmonger's original origin.
Yeah.
Except after his parents were killed, him becoming Killmonger in the comics, Claw kidnaps him as he's fleeing Wakanda, and the kid becomes a slave.
That's right. Wakabi,
yeah.
Wakabi. In the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think that's mostly the gist of Black Panther, like a little bit of origin on the main character and the main villain. Much like in the movie, Killmonger became a very proficient fighter who could outmatch Black Panther.
Golden Jaguar.
Golden Jaguar?
Did you notice the little homage to the suit?
Yeah.
The one that remember that little scene in the movie with him and his Shuri?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, that one's good, but I like this one. Just that little thing. He's like, the one he didn't use.
Yeah.
I skipped that one. Which, if you watch the movie, there's the telling of the story.
Because, like, the whole thing was
he
him,
was
like...
left behind.
Yeah. Like, and when, like, when T'Challa was picking out his suits, he's like, I like it, but it stands out a little too much. And that, holy crap, revelation, that really described, the choosing of those suits describes the whole movie as a whole. Because at the beginning, T'Challa is still trying to keep everything hidden and secret, where Killmonger, he wants it out in the open, and he wants to wreck shit. He wants to be like, we are Wakanda, we are the best nation in the entire world. And he wants to stand out.
And he was right. And he made sense. And he was a voice for, some would say, what's going on in the times today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's, I don't want to sound too political or anything, but, but yeah.
And they did pull a lot of stuff from the comics for this, and but also made certain scenes their own, like when Killmonger throws T'Challa off the cliff.
That was right out of the comics.
Straight out of the comics.
Yeah. Umbasa. The Ape Man.
In the comics, however, their second fight is about to end the same way, but during Killmonger's reign as the leader, he orphaned this one boy, and the boy, right before Killmonger's about to throw Black Panther off the cliff for the second time, the boy tackles Killmonger, and he drops Black Panther and falls to his death.
And I'd like to say, yeah, you're right, because there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, because there's literally decades that a gap of
Yeah.
Black Panther. I didn't really follow until the Marvel Knights stuff.
Yeah.
And then even then, I like, oh, that's badass. But we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, you've noticed that too. But cherry picking.
Yeah.
You know, he orphaned the kid. He was the kid in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really interesting that way. And in the comics, only royal blood could become Black Panther.
That's what I was saying.
Only the royalty of T'Challa and T'Chaka's bloodline could eat the heart-shaped herb and get powers from it, whereas everyone else would get super sick and die.
That's what I remember. It was from the 5 tribes, like the trials, the fight scene. It was almost like a little battle royal. It was like your best from the 5 tribes.
Yeah.
And they would all just like in the last man, King of the Hills, last man standing type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah. So maybe that's kind of still the heart-shaped herb only working for royal blood is still in effect in the movie, because in the movie Killmonger is the son of T'Chaka's brother, so he does technically have royal blood.
Yeah.
So
again, they're cherry picking and
Yeah.
Trying to tell the best story on screen,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently, again, they did. I was. You got more on your list? Then?
I think that's all I got really on this subject.
There was a thing with Ryan Coogler, the director.
Mm-hmm.
Things that it just blew my mind, blew my hair back. That for the movie. Now this is for the movie, folks. Like number one, I'm going to lead off with the casino scene.
Mm-hmm.
The color schemes that he put in as a director.
Yeah.
Like oh god, what was her name? Okaya and Nakia, the ex. Remember how they all went to the casino?
Yeah.
And T'Challa?
Yeah.
Like, one was wearing red, one was wearing black, and one was wearing green.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back and look at the movie.
Yeah.
Those are the colors of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit. A lot of color schemes going on with this guy. And he did that on purpose. Like, when they walked in as a trio,
Yeah.
it's like the flag is coming at you.
You know what's real interesting is later on in the big fight scene at the end, they're still wearing those same colors, but now it's their warrior armor.
That's another thing too. He also did now Ryan Coogler is a African American male.
Mm-hmm.
He did a nod to slavery.
Yeah.
You got 2 black guys fighting in an underground railroad.
Oh my god.
He made no bones about this. I'm just like, I've seen the movie 4 times and I never saw it. Saw. I don't look for that stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
that never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Well played, sir.
But
well played.
the thing that did stick out, now this is going back to the comics, in Marvel Knights, is the Dormalaju, the guards, the badass women surrounding him.
Yeah.
What Ryan Coogler took out for the movie was, as badass as they were, and they were sworn, I mean, they would give their lives for anything to protect him.
Yeah.
They were also for his choosing, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually one of them would become queen.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is that could have been, maybe for the PC, soft, safe space type people, or just running time. There's a whole subplot there that could just, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story to be told. They just kind of introduced, what's her name? Lupita Nyong'o? I'm having a hard time with these names.
Yeah.
As the X.
Authentic African names are very hard to pronounce.
The X. I should be able to do this. I'm a writer, or I was at one time. Maybe not a good one, but I'm also a Star Wars fan. I should be able to pronounce these names.
You're like, yeah, that one that one Jedi.
Kyori Monday. Hey, there actually is a Jedi named. But yeah, I thought those facts right there. I was watching this interview with him, and I'm just like, I've seen the movie 4 times. I never saw that. I'm not going to go back and see it a 5th time. Over $1 billion and Sean's fifth time. $11 or whatever it is.
Your $11 pushed it right over the edge.
I'm there.
What else?
I got much to my dismay and your revel, I got an update on.
Oh yes, you had a doctor's appointment yesterday.
I did. Well, day before yesterday. All right, I'm just
How many fingers with this time?
I'm just gonna get this all out here because I don't want to make this a weekly goddamn thing. You know, every time I want to. No, I'm not gonna make this. It's already been 2 podcasts, but this stuff I just kind of keep it low. So I had to go in for a follow up. If you guys heard the other podcast,
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember the first one we did with? I was talking to you and Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
There was a thing on the. Remember, I presented the notes and everything.
Yeah.
I never did a follow up appointment for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was for sleep apnea.
Oh yeah.
I'll get to that in a minute. So I go in there, and my wife's like, "Okay, it's time." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Can we just cancel it?" She's like, "No, no." I'm like, "I'm fine." She's like, "No, you're not. You're always fucking complaining and shit like that." You know.
Honey, I've been like that since we got married.
Complaining, grumpy old man. So basically, what it is, and they're giving me these pills. I'm getting off the drinking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if somebody has lung cancer and everything, they want to sue the cigarette company. It's like, fuck you. They didn't, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not pissing them on or anything like that. So yes, I did it to myself. So we're going back drinking, but I didn't know the extent of it. They're test after test after test. I'm constantly, it's like just from the back of my throat all the way down my stomach.
Yeah.
And the bloating and the water retention and it's just random.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on? They give me a pill for this and a pill for that, and, you know. So this is the follow-up thing. We go in and, you know, they do the EKG, where they put you in you lay down and they have to do the scan of the body. Blood test. So, you know, after another blood test here, then they have to do this and the blood pressure and taking the medicine and everything. Good news is I'm down 21 pounds. I'm down 21 pounds. That's the good news.
Every woman just got really pissed hearing how easily you lost 21 pounds.
It happens. I did it after my pregnancy, which I'll get to that in a minute also. So, and we're, of course, after all that, we sit there and we sit there and we sit there for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
And finally, you know, they're coming in and they're like, "Oh, by the way, we noticed here on your notes." And the one doctor from the last podcast, the violator, as I like to call him, he's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because we shared a moment. He brought, you know, he's a professional, and he brought in, he's got another guy with him.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're sitting there going over the notes, going over the charts. It's like, could be this. We want to do this test and everything. He's like, "I noticed here you never did a follow-up with your sleep apnea."
Mm-hmm.
And he started breaking that down to me too.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yes, you know, we've talked about it. I mean, I'm well aware. My mother had that.
Yeah.
Where she had to have the full fucking Darth Vader mask and everything. And
I can't shake him. I can't shake him.
yeah, use the Force, Luke. But my wife tells me the same thing. It's like, I hear you snore.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's times where I'll sit there and just, and she's recorded me.
Yeah.
And then I'll just, in the middle of my sleep, I'll just stop breathing. Or I'll wake up with the thing with going on with whatever's going on inside me. Like bile will come up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, almost like I'm throwing up in my mouth.
Yeah.
The stuff will come up and it burns all the time. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. What? Like, well, we see that, you know, I don't tell anybody this. It's going on in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, people listening at home, it's like, well, if you're tired of it, do something about it. No, I won't do that. I don't want to go above and beyond. But So we do that, and they didn't give me a choice. They're like, we're going to schedule you for the sleep apnea test, which means they're going to keep me overnight and put me under.
Better bring a pen and paper.
But they're sitting there doing the tests and everything, and then they and then boom. You know, it could be this, blood work. They take blood. They took blood like 3 times. Like, Jesus.
I need that.
Yeah. But then it happened. Boom. Fetal position. Finger in the ass. Again. I'm like, fuck.
Easier the second time, right?
Well, this was the other guy. He got a second opinion.
Oh, he had bigger fingers, didn't he?
No. Actually, quite the contrary, sir. It must have been a piano player or something. Very smooth and pleasing. Very slender. Very nice. But they did find there was some blood traces. You know, and then they told me they came back and they were waiting for the results of the blood test, waiting for the results of this. The EKG came back and they found what they told me was they found a shadow. Mm-hmm. So every test they were doing was like aimed at cancer.
Yeah,
they're doing cancer, and I'm like, yeah, I've been smoking since 85. So I'm like, all right, we're going to admit you. And they explained to me what they're going to do is we're going to wait. We're going to put you under. Then we have a thing, which I didn't know. There's like a pill you take, which is a camera. Mm-hmm. You just swallow the pill, and it's a camera instead of...
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of cool medical equipment now. There's a pill that is actually a thermometer. You swallow it, and then the doctors have this little reader. They put it to like your back or your stomach, and it gives your core temperature.
Well, you know me. Apparently, at this point in time, with my reputation, I'll just take it rectally.
I just shove it right up in there, Doc. It's an aspirin.
It's a suppository that everyone can enjoy. So we're sitting there doing that, all right? And I'm in the ICU.
Yeah.
And they're waiting. They're getting me. They're like, okay, you're going to stay overnight. Put the clothes in there, blah, blah, blah. Put on the gown, so on and so forth. And I'm like, and they hook me up with all these, the electrodes or whatever, and then they have the shit to over my finger to monitor my oxygen level in my blood, and an IV, which fucking hurt. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see a single vein in your hand.
I know it's funny. You see a lot of liver spots, but you don't see. That's the thing that I'm like, yeah, sorry about that, because the nurse was like, she bugging in there, and she's like,
"That's my bone."
Doing wiggling around and shit like that. It's like it's fucking hurt. But I took a shower today yesterday when I got home, and because you have that Band-Aid thing, and then you did that perfect black whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of being probed one way or another. But anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm in the ICU, and they're waiting. They're just waiting for a room. Mm-hmm. And they got me all hooked up and everything. And then this nurse comes in, and she's got this syringe from IV. And I'm like, okay, how you doing? She comes and checks, she's like, oh, maybe they didn't, she's checking all my vitals and blah, blah, blah. And everything. And she goes, I'm going to give you this. It's to put you under. Well, you have to, I take that back. They gave me this thing to drink. Like this pitcher of stuff, like barium fluid or whatever, to help with because when they do the camera, you're supposed to drink it. It's supposed to make your insides glow or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought I was drinking somebody's fucking drug test. It was like just piss, Not that I know what piss tastes like, but I'm sitting there and they're like, all right. They're like, and she goes, no, you have to drink the whole pitcher. And it was like that little beige from the cafeteria hospital thing. You have to drink the whole thing.
Oh,
for it to get it.
Lovely.
It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, And then she comes in with this syringe. She's like, I'm going to give you a little thing, and it's going to put you under.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I'm like, morphine? And she called it something else, but let's just say for argument's sake, it's, morphine type stuff, whatever. So I'm sitting there, I drink all this shit and everything, and then I'm sitting there and I look over, and then I'm just like, boom. And I was, now this is the weird part. Now bear with me here. I was dreaming that it was like blackout angry drunk.
Oh.
I had a bad reaction.
Like Mexico.
Yeah, pretty much. Minus the midget who put me in my place. But I sat up and I'm like, and my wife is looking at me and goes, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "What's wrong?" And I'm yelling at her.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta take a fucking piss and I got all this bullshit attached to me. I'm fucking just, ugh. I was just agitated.
Yeah.
And then, like, what are the orderly or the nurse, which, by the way, he was like a big Jason Momoa looking motherfucker with one of those
Man buns.
Man buns. Yeah, thank you. He had one of those. And he's like, "What's going on in here?" I'm like, "Hey, man bun, what's up?" I'm like, I'll tell you what's fucking wrong. I gotta take a fucking piss. And I'm tired of this bullshit." But I wasn't dreaming it. I really did say that. I was yelling for no fucking reason whatsoever. And he's like, okay. It's like, and he was very helpful and everything. And for some reason, I just kind of like, I was in and out.
Uh-huh.
I can't explain it. It was weird. It was like just getting shit-faced fucking drunk. One of those nights and you're just like fading in and out of fucking reality.
Yeah.
And I was like very apologetic. Super fucking droozy, woozy, sleepy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, how long have I been here? I didn't know where I was. I still felt like I was
like an afternoon nap.
It was yeah. When you just like doze off. And
What
you're like,
fucking year is it?
Yeah, it's only been like what 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was like he told me like roughly like it was like 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was like quiet and everything. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, don't mean to yell. I don't know. I thought I was dreaming it.
Yeah.
And then this fucking nurse comes in and goes, can we hold it down in here? There's a pregnant lady next door. I'm like, fuck off, asshole. Shut up. And this was me. I was fully in my bearing. I had my bearings with me. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. For all I know, I could have a xenomorph pop out of my fucking chest. Yeah. I'm like, she brought it on herself. Keep your legs closed. Oh, the miracle of life. Fuck that. Like you're an original. Shut up. And she's like, because when I say this, what I forgot to mention was the curtains were closed. I didn't know she was still standing there. I was just talking shit. But she pops over the curtains. She's like, gives me the fucking stink eye. So I'm talking smack. But after that little comment, the outburst and everything, it was another, I'd say 15 minutes. My room was ready. So I'm going up, they put me in the room, and I got this fucking old man.
Mm-hmm.
He was my roommate. And he's one of those guys, apparently he can't hear because the TV was so loud. So goddamn loud. He reminded me of my father-in-law.
Yeah.
So they put me in there and everything, and I got to go by just audio because I saw him when he first came in.
Yeah.
And he had this voice like a Silence of the Lambs. Buffalo, can you help me with the chair? Or put the lotion in the hose, or put the lotion in the basket. He had that type of voice. But my curtains were closed.
Yeah.
And I can hear him fucking, I don't know, apparently he was I don't know what was going on with him. But the nurse was like, "What are you doing?" "I'm going to the bathroom." And he wasn't allowed to go by himself, apparently.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, I hear some fumbling around, and all of a sudden, "Where's your gown?" "I don't want to wear it anymore."
You're like, me neither, brother.
I know.
I can walk around naked. This is a dream, right?
So, and then I hear this, like there's like this quiet, just people moving around. I can't see anything. Like I said, my curtains were drawn. And then I hear this crash, and like apparently like he fell like on the dresser type thing that they have in there, and the dresser fell over on him because he was using it as leverage. And then all of a sudden you hear that same fucking nurse come in, and then there was other people. I could tell by you can hear the fumbling around. Like, "Where's your clothes? What are you doing? I told you couldn't do that. Let's get you back to bed." And he goes, "I just want to cover myself." My wife looks at me and goes, "Sounds like you." He doesn't know what the fuck he wants. And So they get, I guess, from the audio or whatever, they get him back to bed and everything, and quiets down, and then the TV goes up. The nurse comes back in again, turns it down. He's like, now you have a roommate. You have to be nice. At this point, I'm like, blah, blah. I'm just like, yeah, drooling, fucking getting ready. And so last thing I remember was the TV went down. And I remember saying, look over like, hey, thanks for turning the TV down. Rumor has it there's a pregnant lady on this floor. And I was out. I gotta go down talking shit.
Should have sent my fucking camera with you.
Oh, if I was mic'd, that would have been the best. Yeah, fuck yeah. So they did the thing, and they sent me the picture, and what it is, which I thought, like, it was just the asshole. But apparently, there's like a bunch of sphincter muscles and everything, and the irritation of the esophagus that goes down into the stomach, and then it leads down, and there's like 13 or 10, 11, 12, 13 different muscles that before it goes down there. My stomach, because I don't know, for whatever reason, the liver has swelled up and hardened. Now it's slowly starting, because I'm trying to, I'm
cutting back,
doing that, but the stomach has fell into the rectum, the sphincter muscles. It's in there, and it's causing an irritation and like constant hardness. And like, I take a bite of food, like one bite of anything, and I'm full. And it's just, I mean, they show. I snapped a picture of like the camera thing that they showed me. I'm like, hold on a minute, let me just get this one, because there was like a bunch of them, and you can see, and it's slowly, it's like there's nothing really wrong. They gave me more pills to take. Fuck, it's like I got to take now it's come to like a dump truck, where.
All right, drop it in.
I'm like, so what caused this? And don't tell me drinking. Maybe you guys keep your finger out of my ass. This wouldn't have happened. Or like, no, it's almost, it was almost like one of those anomalies. It's one of those things that, I mean, it's not unheard of.
Yeah.
But it happens. And then I talked more and everything, and I told them.
So basically, your sphincter muscles have your gut in a chokehold, like Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah, brother! You're fuller than shit.
Because of the liver, because it swelled up and it pushed everything else, and then it's like coming back, and everything else is just like bloop, bloop. Like a balloon, like an inflated balloon. It was explained to me like the liver is like, think of it as a car, and this is the muffler or the engine or whatever, and blah blah. It does this, or the air filter. That's how he said.
Yeah.
It. I'm like, I don't know shit about cars, man. I put gas in it and I drive it. That's all I know. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But yeah, that's it. And I don't want to tell no more about the story.
You guys get the gist.
I'm fucked.
And then they put another finger up there just for good measure.
Yeah, it's like, attaboy. On my way out, they're like, whoa.
Good game.
I'm not even on your team.
Finger up. 44 zip, zip. 44 zip.
But yeah, look.
Gross. I don't think I'm going to put that picture up.
Well, I'm sending it to you.
It's my new screensaver.
But yeah, there's that.
Take my word for it, folks. It's gross.
So yeah, it's just that's the time there, but then at the same time, like I said, when the final thoughts, like Jerry Springer's final thoughts. It's like, you haven't quit cold turkey, right? I'm like, and I explained to her, like I explained to you earlier before we went on air. I'm like, what was it? February 15th. It's the last time I had it. Oh, we'll go home, have a little something. Like the doctor says, go home and drink.
Can I get that in writing? My wife's not going to believe me.
Oh no, she was there. She was there. She knew. But I told her, I'm like, okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm disciplining myself, and I'm putting myself on a schedule until I finally just am totally dry.
Yeah.
And the only time I drink is when I do a podcast.
Yeah.
Because my partner drives me to drink. And he'll get a kick out of that when I tell him this. Cheers to you, good sir. Cheers to you. So yeah, that was. I don't want to make this an ongoing saga. It's like every time, oh fuck, we're gonna hear about his fucking ass again or some shit like that.
I love it. It's hilarious. I've never been this infatuated with another man's ass in my life.
Oh my god. But it was good. Everything was fine. I mean, we came home. I was tired. Actually, I came by, but you weren't there yet. I go, oh, he's not at work yet. Fuck. I go, I lost track of time because obviously they drugged me up. I was yelling at fucking man-bunned orderlies and pregnant women.
Hey, Momoa, I gotta fucking pee.
I'm like, oh, we got to get some gas, babe. And pull up. I go, let's go see Ryan. I got to tell him because the last time I went there, directly to your work. This time, directly to your work, and you weren't there.
Hey, you cashier person, tell Ryan what happened. Tell him I got another finger.
I'm like, he predicted it. I didn't want to believe it, but it happened. Just boom, finger in the ass. I'm like, really?
Whoa. Hi there, sailor.
Do you guys have my picture up somewhere? Going, this is the guy. This is the guy. He brought in a friend.
Some bearded gnome said he comes in for weeklies.
It's like they all sit around the water cooler and be like, you won't believe what this guy let us do to him. He doesn't even need it. He'll do whatever we tell him. It's like, you could just bend over as usual, but no, we can have him go in the fetal position.
I didn't even tell him to go into the fetal position. And
hey, what do you say in a couple months we bring Big Joe in and see if we can get him to suck his thumb in the fetal position? Yes, sir. I'll do it.
Sure, doctor.
Oh, you got to take a piss? Piss your pants. Yeah, okay, I will. I'm sorry, Big Joe. Yes, I will. Babe, you heard him. Piss your pants too. Over here sucking my thumb.
Is there a safe word?
No! Is there a safe word? Pomegranate!
Pomegranate!
Oh, so yeah, there's that. Enough of that.
No, I don't know how many other shows online you'll find where people seamlessly start talking about the first black superhero and then getting a finger in your ass. Can't find this kind of quality entertainment anywhere else.
Are they, unless somebody somehow is found a way to do a podcast from Folsom.
I'm a real big fan of Black Panther.
Oh yeah, well you pay tribute. All right, enough of that. I do have some news for you.
All right, hit me with it.
Real quick. Supernatural fan?
I am somewhat of a fan. Yes.
Did you hear it?
The
crossover?
Little crossover with a certain Mr. Do.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Now, I have never seen an episode of Supernatural.
Yeah.
But from what I can tell, the two guys, the two main dudes in the show.
Sam and Dean,
they do their thing, and there's a guy who owns a pawn shop, and he pays them with this special he gives them this special TV. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, cool. Go home, put it on. And one of them is a big Scooby-Doo fan, and he turns it on. And I don't know the show, but I know what episode of Scooby-Doo that he's watching. Yeah. Because the TV sucks him in. So it starts out live action. Mm-hmm. And then sucks him in. And then after the revelation, and it goes to animation. Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah. Then them just being there tweaks that whole episode of the original one. Like, you can go the episode that they're sucked in. Yeah. I know it sounds kind of...
I'm just imagining, because like Scooby-Doo is a family-friendly show. Supernatural, not so much.
it's going to change the whole thing. It's
Like-
going to be the same episode of Scooby-Doo.
Like, there's this ongoing joke where it's like everyone's impersonation of Dean is the goddamn demon, Shammy. It's the goddamn demon.
That's
And I'm just, it's the goddamn demon, Scooby. Is it just me or is Fred a bit of prick?
that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. So, like I said, I'm not familiar, but they're taking that episode and pretty much just rebooting that episode for them being in that, which I wish I was a fan now.
Yeah.
You know. I also heard that Patty Jenkins, she's back for Wonder Woman 2 to direct.
Right on.
Cast Kristen Wiig as Chitara, the cheetah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone kind of figured that was going to be her main villain for the next movie.
Right.
It's a logical step.
Quick question. What do you think? What's the route they go? Like costume, or do they do like a Dr. Moreau type werewolf or were-cheetah? What do you think? Or do they play it down and they do like you just see her in like certain leopard prints or whatever, and then
like
for the fan, like Luke Cage, when they actually just one scene where you see him, damn, I look like a slave. Remember that?
Yeah, I think they might do some kind of like leopard armor or something that gives her like enhanced abilities.
Yeah.
But then again, with DC, you never know. They sure do like their CGI.
So like a were-cheetah type thing.
Maybe.
I'm kind of Island of
Maybe.
Dr. Moreau type thing. Because I mean, I like her. Kristen Wiig, Bridesmaids, the best version of Ghostbusters ever.
Someone's standing by your car with a big old knife, staring at your tires.
She was great. I got one more piece of news for you, which you will definitely going to enjoy.
All right.
The CW,
Mm-hmm.
you know how they do like they got the Arrow, Flash, Legends,
Yeah.
Supergirl. Whoops.
Yeah.
The crossover ones.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's going to be next time around or sometime, but Greg Berlanti is in talks with Warner Brothers crossover as a movie.
Huh.
And it's going to springboard off Booster Gold and the Blue Beetle.
Oh, right on. That'd be pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that news feed and I thought, oh, damn it. Can't come soon enough. I got to talk to Ryan if he hasn't already heard about it.
Alrighty. I think that's,
Where are we at?
I think that's all we got for today.
Okay.
My
doctor story took up.
I don't mind. That's quality entertainment.
Fuck you.
So our next episode will be our Q&A / reading your comments video. So start sending us those questions.
Anniversary?
Yeah. It'll be our next one will be the anniversary Q&A reading your comment. 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. It's gone by in a flash.
No pun intended.
So yeah, keep sending us those questions, and we will answer them to the best of our ability.
And then some.
So this video or our last video or on our Facebook page, any of those work for leaving us questions. Don't be afraid to get personal. I mean, if it's something we don't want to answer, we won't answer it. But doesn't
I will.
That doesn't mean that we won't appreciate it. So, hit us up. Start asking away. We've already got a few really good questions that we're, taking note of. Yeah, we'll do a little teaser one. We got one single question that we'll answer and save the rest for our next video.
All right, yeah, because I got a. Let's see, I got. Let's see. Let's do it. If you could remake a movie, any intellectual property, just pick two. What would it be? This is from my nephew because he knows I really don't. I frown upon remakes. So he's being an asshole.
Let's see here. I would remake Batman versus Superman.
So soon?
And I would also remake what else? Black Devil Doll. that second one's a joke. That movie's a masterpiece. It doesn't need any changing, right?
Oh, God. I did not see that coming.
No, I would remake the You breathing all right there, bud?
Oh, God. Only when I'm awake.
No, I would like to remake. It's kind of obscure. I wouldn't mind a remake of. I was thinking I wanted to say Watership Down, but I don't know if that would work very well. It'd have to be like it's all about rabbits. And it'll have to be like entirely CGI or rabbits with crappy voiceovers.
They can do it.
They could. I mean, everything's done in CGI. Yeah, you know what? Okay.
Although the message did say if you could, so I mean we couldn't do it, but
my second answer is also a superhero movie. Fantastic Four.
Oh, give it time, sir. Give it time.
Yeah, so Batman v Superman and Fantastic Four. Those would be my two movies I would remake. What about you?
Mine would be, well, right off the bat, Lori Petty. She was in the original Point Break with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
She was the love interest for Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
She was in a little movie in the 90s called Tank Girl. Which was a little ahead of its time. That didn't have quite the effects that they do now.
Yeah,
that could
yeah.
give it justice. It's definitely number one, Tank Girl.
Yeah.
And I would say, which right off the top of my head, I know it's never going to happen. Last Starfighter. Because the guy who owns the rights to it doesn't want it touched. You ever seen The Last Starfighter? It's an old ladies movie.
Yeah.
The kid in the trailer park, he plays the video game.
Yeah.
It's like a recruitment thing. Yeah. And they go up the... Oh, fuck, dude. I love that movie. So, put it this way. The guy, his name escapes me. But this name, who he told no, like flat out no, fuck you. Not fuck you, but...
Might as well have.
No. To redoing it. Steven fucking Spielberg. Nobody tells Steven Spielberg no. Mr. Spielberg, you want to put a finger in my ass? Put old fist.
And Steven Spielberg responds, "Fine, I'll make a movie about this obscure novel."
But can you believe? I mean, yeah, those would be the two I'd like to see. Although I know one would never happen, but definitely Tank Girl.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm a huge fan of Tank Girl. I love it. Very popular selling book. Yeah. It's also in my shop. And it's a great character, great writing.
Yeah.
Just not a very good movie at the time. Which I get another letdown.
You know another movie I want to remake? Biodome.
Biodome. Just kidding. Hey, Infectious Grooves, a band that I like, was on that soundtrack.
Bring back Pauly Shore. No one wants that.
They did. It's called Kevin Hart.
All right. So that's all we got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, like, comment, subscribe. Leave us those sweet, tasty questions for us to answer in our 2-year anniversary Q&A / reading your comments video.
I'm so excited for that.
And as always,
Have a day.